Jerry,
Hey, what's
how
going
you,
on?
how you doing?
Good. Can you see me?
I cannot see you, but I can hear you.
Let's see. Let's see.
There's a little at the bottom left says stop or start video. It's right next to the mute button. Top
Yeah,
bottom left.
yeah.
You should click on start video and it should go. Like I don't.
Hmm. Okay. Let's see. Why I'm having a problem here. Let's see. Let's see. Yep, I see you there. Let's see. It's not giving me a start video. It says stop video. So I'm assuming that it thinks we're started.
Yeah, start. Hit the. If it says start, hit the start.
It doesn't have that. Let's see. I need to get your volume up here. Let's.
I'll keep talking. Testing one, two. We'll figure this out. Testing one, two, three. Testing.
Okay. Oh, where is the camera on here? Let's see.
Jerry, are you also using your phone, your iPhone or your cell phone?
No, I'm using a
Just a
desktop
computer.
computer.
Okay. The other option I can think of is just to log in with your phone. It's really just as good. You just should have to shut down the Zoom on your computer and go into the email and hit the link on your phone. And that's another way to do it.
Let me see if I can do that.
So yeah, just close out a Zoom on your computer, and then just find my email on your
Okay,
phone.
I'm going to close it out right now and try that.
All right. I see somebody. Is that you, Jerry? It's still connecting to audio, but I do see your video. Jerry, you there? If you can hear me, try to enable audio. Your audio's muted right now. You need to unmute. I can see your video, though. That's good. That's a good picture. Let me try to. I've asked you to unmute.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can. Yep, and I can
Okay,
see you
good.
too. Actually, you look
Okay.
good, Jerry. You look really good.
All right.
So my advice, now that we got a connection, we're going to do a couple sound check. By the way, thank you for being on my show. I appreciate it.
Oh, hey, no problem.
The vocals are good. The only thing I would suggest,
Turn off the light.
is there a way to have a light facing at you like you're on stage instead of behind?
Yeah, let me turn off this light
Okay.
behind me.
All right. Let's see what that does. Yeah.
Is this better?
It is. Yep. It doesn't make it as dark.
Right.
So
Okay.
You're right in the front, and your background, Jerry, is faded. And if that's what you want, that's good. Like you're nice and bright. You're nice and bright. That's good.
Okay. Good. Okay.
So why don't we try just play some guitar, sing, and see how that sounds.
Okay.
My backup plan is I can just play your music. I'd rather you play live, you know.
Sure. Are you hearing any of that?
I can. Let me ask you, on your screen, at the very top left-hand corner, do you see a thing that says turn on or off original sound?
No, I do not.
Okay.
But let's see.
I just lost your video, but that's all right.
There's different screens on here, so.
Yeah, it would be on your app. It'd be in the top right or left corner. It would say turn on or turn off original sound. Let me see if I can pull it up here. We got plenty of time, so.
Can you hear me now?
I can. Yep.
Okay. It looked like I muted it for a second there.
Yeah, your video's out. There
Okay,
you're
I'm
back. Yeah. So if you don't see original sound up in the top,
I do not.
okay. So that's a settings thing, right? So
Right.
I'm gonna talk you through it and see what we do. I'm gonna go on my phone, so I'm like speaking the same language. So
Okay.
at the bottom, do you see a thing that says settings?
There is nothing that.
Nothing. What does it say at the bottom for you of your phone? Does it say like meet and chat, meetings, contacts, anything like that?
That's why I disappeared there for a second.
That's okay.
Okay, let's see. There's a record button up in the top left-hand corner.
Yeah, right to the left of that is where it should say turn on or off original sound. Right there. So if you don't see that
I don't.
Yeah, that means you have to go on your computer and enable original sound in your settings on your computer. Not using your computer for this session, but just in the background. Are you able to go on your computer?
Let me see if I can do that. Let's see. So go to Zoom. Okay, I'm on Zoom.
Yep, on your
Okay.
yeah, and go into settings.
Well, I'm not logged in. I'm just at the.
Yeah, you want to try to log in if you can.
Huh. And I downloaded this app just right now.
No, it's all right.
There was nothing There's actually nothing that asked me for.
That looks good, by the way. That view that you just.
Okay, we'll leave it right there then.
Yeah, that looks good. No, the way to enable original sound is you got to do it on the website, and then it automatically shows up in the app. That's the trick to it. And so if we don't enable it on your web-based Zoom account, it will never show on your app when you go live on Zoom.
Gotcha. Well, let's see what we can do here.
Okay.
Let me try another direction here.
Sure.
Zoom login. Now, here we go. Okay. So we did. I never set up an account. That's what.
That's okay. Yeah, I mean.
All right, let me see. Okay, let me use my Google address.
Don't you love technology?
I do not at all.
I only learned this, Jerry, in the last year. I didn't know any of this stuff.
I've tried to avoid technology as much as possible all of my life.
COVID forced me to learn. The one good thing it did.
Okay. I'm creating accounts, so that's what's going on here.
Cool.
Yeah, I've never even had a Zoom account.
Once you do this, you can, if we can make it happen, it'll make your performances a lot better.
Let's see. Okay.
If you do online stuff, you know. So.
Okay, hang on. Let's see. Still here, Tim.
Yep. I know you are. I appreciate this.
No problem. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right. Sorry.
All right. Settings. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So if you go into settings, if you got an account,
I've got an account now. Let's see.
You want to look for is a thing that says use original audio. Do you see any settings?
Let me find settings first. Let me find settings. Let's see.
Yeah. Settings and then meetings would be the tab.
I see meetings right here.
Yeah, so hit meetings and then scroll down and under audio, use original audio. That has to be enabled, turned on.
I'm not seeing it yet. Let's see.
There's a lot of settings, so keep scrolling down.
Schedule meeting, join me, host a meeting, request a demo, resources, support, webinars, recording, settings. Here we go.
Yeah.
Got settings. Here we go. Okay.
Use original audio. Enable audio. One of those two. And it might be in the advanced tab. You see that?
Audio type. No. Enable personal meeting ID?
No. It would be enabled.
Okay, there are a lot of settings here. You're right.
I know. There's a ton, dude.
Okay. Is it going to be something I scroll way down to get to?
It might be. And you might have to go into the advanced tab. Let me see if I can pull up another browser. And I'm going to try to log in and talk you through it, Jerry.
Okay. In meeting advanced. Let's see. Did not see that. Audio. Okay. Audio type is the only thing I see.
All right. So I went into there. I'm in a different browser and I'm going under settings, right?
Okay.
Now let me take a look. Do you see a thing at the top that says in meeting advanced?
Let's see. In meeting advanced, yes.
Click on that.
Okay.
And keep scrolling down.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to find it. I'm scrolling down too. No, not there.
Other's the only thing I can.
Let's go under. I just want to look again here. It's been a while since I've done this schedule meeting. Now. In meeting basic. Hold on. I have one idea here. Open Zoom, click settings, click meetings.
Okay.
Scroll down to original sound and turn on.
Meetings, okay.
And then just keep scrolling until you see original sound and just turn it on.
Let's see. Meetings, I see. Don't see anything that says original sound. Okay, settings. Okay, I'm in settings and then
meetings.
Meetings on which? Let's see.
How about, do you see an audio tab under settings that just says audio?
Can you see my screen?
Let me look. Not, it's blurry. If you pull back a little, I probably could. Talk again so I can see.
Can you?
Nah.
See here? See here, settings. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah. Do you see a thing that says audio tab under settings? Click the audio.
I see audio conferencing.
Nah, that wouldn't be it. That wouldn't be it. Because I'm reading right from Zoom here, right? And it says desktop client. On the home tab, click on settings, click on audio tab, and then under music and professional audio, you enable original sound.
There's a lot of let's see, Zoom rooms, count integration, count advanced. Let's try advanced.
It might be under there. It depends on your version too. Not to make it more complex?
No, I don't see anything under advanced. Let's see. Room management, device management, user management. Let's see. Users group management, role management. And you want to do this for the live performance. Audio type. Audio type, would that be it? No.
Maybe. Try that. And
Determine how you can let them choose their own computer microphone or use a telephone. You can also do just one of these audio.
Yeah, you want to join with your audio. You don't want to just use the telephone.
I'm not seeing the damn thing. God.
All right. That's all right. We tried.
Okay.
I don't want to frustrate you anymore. I don't want to make you feel or sound less than you should. If you can go back to your phone camera, just play your guitar again.
Okay. Yep. Let's do it.
I just, you know what I mean? I don't want it to sound not right.
Okay. And you can see me there?
I can. If you lower it a little, I'll see your guitar too. If you can lower it. Oh, I can see your guitar fine. Yeah.
Can you see the guitar now?
Yeah, that's perfect, Jerry.
Okay.
And just, I don't know, strum, play a little. It sounds pretty good. Can you try singing? Actually, that's not bad.
Yeah. Wasted away. Wasted away. Searching for my shaker song. Some people claim that there's a one way.
So, Jerry,
But I think
that's pretty good without original sound. It's pretty good. I say, I mean, it's up to you. I can do it either way. I can play your music through my own media player, and we just sit here.
I wouldn't mind doing a couple songs. I mean,
Okay, yeah, and like if you do two,
Yeah.
2 or 3, I think we're safe.
okay.
So what happens at this point, I'm going to go live, right? And so it takes about 30 seconds for me to go live from Zoom to the Facebook, and then we're live. The show starts.
Okay. Give me about 15 seconds. My dogs
sure.
are running wild in my house, and my wife is not here to help me. So
I need time
right about
anyway.
15 seconds. Yeah. Hey, dog.
Bring her in.
All right, I'm back.
All right.
We're good to go.
Cool. I'm setting up
And you can hear me fine, right?
I can actually. It's great.
Can't hear you as well, but
I'm not on my mic right now.
oh, okay. There you go.
I will in a minute. I just got to select the right page here and then go live. So that there might be a little delay, but I'll start with a little intro music and then I go right in. So that's
Okay.
Share the page, Kenny Drums. Yep. All right. This is all accurate. Here we go.
You still got me?
I do.
Okay, good. Yeah, the screen changed dramatically.
So welcome everybody. It's been a while. This is Tiki Tim. My actual real name is Tim Kane. I'm the drummer with the Island Castaways band up here in the Great North, Massachusetts, right outside of Boston. And blah, blah, blah. I do drum circles and teach drums and all that stuff. I found a way to make a living in music. And I got to tell you, the guy I got on tonight is such a super blessing to have on. My show's kind of been a little bit dormant in the last few weeks because everybody's busy. Everyone's getting back to work and everybody's busy right now, myself included. I got 3 gigs this week alone. But Mr. Jerry Diaz, the godfather of Trop-Roc, is on our show. How are you, Jerry?
I'm doing great, Tim. Good to be on with you.
Well, it was a little bit of a sound check. I apologize to folks if we're a little late to the show, but we are live on Facebook. In fact, if you can't catch it here, you don't have the time to listen to the whole show tonight, we replay this on Shore Life Radio. Millie, of course, at shoreliferadio.com on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then again next Wednesday at 3 a.m. Now, I always wondered why we have a 3 a.m. show, and I was thinking, why did Millie give me a 3 a.m. slot besides the Sunday at 8 p.m.? Then it came to me the other day, Jerry. I was like, she is a huge supporter of the military. She does that for the military members because, of course, they're all up at like 4, 5 a.m. in the morning. They need something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they need something to listen to. And I was like, all right, that's why she does that.
Fantastic.
So if you don't catch the show tonight, you can catch it on shoreliferadio.com. And so I want to just jump into some questions. I did research on you. I know we kind of put this together at the last minute, but I'm going to try to do a really good job tonight with my line of questioning. So here's my first one for you, Jerry. What exactly is Texas beach music? Define it for me. What is Texas beach music?
Nobody has ever asked me that question, Tim. That's a great question. I guess I'll have to tell you what it means to me. It is kind of a conglomeration of Trop-Roc music, as well as the Texas country music that I grew up listening to, like Willie Nelson and Jerry Jeff Walker, Waylon Jennings, and it's also a little bit of Harry Belafonte and Beach Boys thrown in with that. So it's what you would expect to hear in somebody's beach house on the Texas coast, in their living room while they're entertaining friends. How's that?
Okay, I'll take it. Did you coin that phrase, Texas beach music? Who coined that phrase?
I mean, I don't know if I'm the first person to use it, but I am, as far as my enterprise is concerned, yes, I did coin it for myself. I thought it was exactly the way to describe what we do.
So I've been reading quite a bit about you. You've played a lot of beach bars between Key West and South Padre Island. I hope I pronounced that correct.
That's correct.
Tell me about some of the more memorable experiences that you've had over the years between Key West and South Padre Island.
God, there's so many. You know, I was thinking the other day that since we started this in 1992, 93, I've probably played close to 3,000 gigs in that time period. And I'm not really even a full-time musician. You might say it's a very vigorous hobby, but it's not what I do for a living. So there's so many memorable shows over the years in Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, of course. I couldn't narrow it down to just a few, Tim. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. And let's stick on that line of questioning. I mean, you say you're not a full-time musician. Listen, I've done this show for a couple seasons now, and almost everyone I talk to has had a side pursuit, right? besides what they do, and it's
Right.
really just kind of how the industry works. Unless you like your friend Donnie Brewer and touring the country relentlessly.
Yeah,
you know?
um, for sure. But there are, I do have a lot of friends and colleagues, I would say, who are full-time musicians and have been full-time musicians all their life, um, who I respect and lean on for advice when it comes to the music part of what I do. Um, but I would consider myself almost more like the more like my fans than most people. I'm a fan, and I'm just happen to be a fan who can write music and play it somewhat professionally, for my friends and fans. But I can tell you, on stage or the practice room, I'm definitely not in charge. There are really great musicians that I work with who teach me things all the time, and I hope to be able to continue to work with and hang out with some of these great musicians, uh, like Donnie. He
Yeah.
when he plays it with me on stage, I learn stuff from him all the time.
I'm
But
still
not
I'm
just not.
I'm still trying to get him on my show. He wants to come on. His wife's now in charge of booking everything, and so I'm working with her. And so hopefully, he's on in the next few weeks.
Yeah,
Um,
there's good reason why she's in charge of booking everything, because he's the creative force in that enterprise, and I can tell you he is 24/7 writing, recording, rehearsing the music itself, and there's no time in his day for anything other than that. And thankfully, he has a great woman by his side, in Michelle, who takes care of all the business part of it for him.
awesome. That's awesome to hear. I can't wait to get him on the show. I know it'll happen soon. Um, so, how much of an early inspiration, tell me, was the Beach Boys and Jerry Jeff Walker on your childhood? Talk a
Well,
little bit about the Beach
they
Boys.
came along at two different times. I can remember being a fan of the Beach Boys when I was 5, 6 years old. I was born in 1961. So little quick arithmetic will tell you I'm 60 years old. But I can remember,
Congratulations.
I can remember riding around in my parents' car, or even around the house, and hearing the Beach Boys, when I was 5 or 6 years old. And that was like the first music that I really just fell in love with. But then later on, when I got to high school, in the mid 70s, is when the whole Texas outlaw music kind of, that trend started. It really started with Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, but Jerry Jeff Walker was also a big part of that, and guys like David Allan Coe, and some others who maybe not as well known, but all added to that whole Texas country sound.
Okay. So, when did you first pick up an instrument? Was it guitar? Was it something else? And how old were you doing?
Okay. Well, I first picked up a guitar when I was 6 years old, because my brother played, and he was 6 years older than me, so he was 12. And like most younger brothers, I just wanted to emulate my older brother. And I tried it for about 3 months and quickly gave it up and went back to playing baseball and football and the things that 6-year-old kids mostly do. It wasn't until really I was about 14 or 15 that I got serious about playing guitar again, and picked up a guitar, mostly electric guitar at that point, and eventually gravitated towards more of a singer-songwriter style by the time I was in college.
Okay.
I played acoustic guitar.
So back then, when you were in junior high, when you were in high school, did you get involved in school band at all? Any of those playing experiences, or were this beyond the periphery of high school?
No, it was. It's funny that you should ask that, because I was never involved in band. I was never part of even the performing band that had like a kind of a rock and roll band aspect to it. I had many friends who were in band, but I was mostly into sports. And it wasn't until I think, later, junior and senior year in high school that I really started being serious, about the music. And it was so much different from what you do in band. And it's funny now that so many of my friends from high school who were in band, I can talk to them now about music in a way that I couldn't back then, because I've now had, some experience at creating music and how it's done, and, the structure of it and so forth. Whereas before in high school, I had no clue what I was doing. So.
Well, I'd like to talk about songwriting because you do a lot of it, and we're going to get into that later. But my question on songwriting is it obviously dates back, I think, to the 1990s with you, and you joined a band called Key West.
Yes,
And
yes.
Who was in Key West? Was it based in Key West, and who were the other founding members of Key West?
Okay. Well, no, it was not based in Key West. It was right here in our Southeast Texas area. Right. And by the way, I should point out there's another great band called the Key West Band from, I think they're from Virginia. I'm not sure if they're still active or anymore, but I used to communicate with those guys occasionally. I never actually got to see them live, but I wanted to point that out, that there was another Key West band. I think it was worded just slightly different. And I think they're in Virginia or North Carolina, somewhere around that area. But anyway, getting back to us, it was really just a group of friends who really loved Jimmy Buffett music, and we never got enough of it because he didn't tour but maybe once through our area a year if we were lucky. And we wanted to kind of recreate that fun that we had at the Buffett concerts. So basically just a group of friends that got together, played the songs, and we eventually built a band out of it piece by piece, adding a drummer, adding a lead guitar player, a real bass player, and all the other instruments that we could. And as we started out, we were strictly 100% Jimmy Buffett cover band. That's what we did. It sounds crazy to me now, but we were so enamored of the Buffett sound that it was like we wanted to recreate it. So we did, and that's the first couple of years. That's what we did, and we couldn't come up with a name for the longest time. I think at one point we thought we would be called the Key West Singers, which is terrible. But anyway, somebody said Key West Singers.
Why singers? Like you're playing instruments.
Anyway, we finally settled on Key West the band, and we were together for about I guess 8 or 9 years. Or I was in the band for 8 or 9 years, and I think it lasted a couple more years after I left. So.
Okay. So describe your approach to songwriting. Is it lyrically inspired? Is it guitar idea riff inspired? Is it a mesh of the two? Or are you real straight? I mean, I talk to and interview I'm blessed to interview a lot of songwriters, particularly guitarist songwriters, and it's one or the other. It seems like there is no between. Some guitarist songwriters they get this lyric idea, and that is the genesis for whatever type of chord progressions they put into it. Where do you fall on that?
I would say that I'm less lyrically motivated. I will have ideas for songs always percolating in my head, like maybe a song title and an idea for a song that fits that. But I'm really more. I start with, if I can, I like to start with a hook. In other words, something I hear in my head that I know is going to be something that people can't get out of their head once the song is written. A really catchy chorus or catchy guitar riff, if that comes to me. And it's a way of writing songs that makes your songs easy for a crowd to sing along to. And to be quite honest with you, I try to avoid it sometimes because I do worry that some of my songs are just so much live songs only, and they don't translate to recorded version as well.
Why is that? That's a really interesting
Well,
point. Like, do you
well, I
write
think
for live, or like you think, how's this going to come across live?
right.
Crowd
Yeah,
reaction and things like that.
I didn't put that exactly right. I think it's more of a lyrically oriented song is something I think that stays with people longer.
Okay.
It may not be something that goes over well in a live show, but when you listen to that CD or that download or whatever, however you listen to it, it may be a song that sticks with you, you know, for a long time and is meaningful. Whereas a song that's really great at a live show, it always goes over well, of course, you know, but it becomes like ear candy in a way whenever you record it. So I have to push myself to include some lyrically oriented songs in every album, and I try to do that. But it's not my nature to do that. I'm really more go for the easy, the quick, you know, instant gratification, you know.
So, what your current band? When did you put that together? When did you put your current band together? This is the band that you play out with and have
Right.
last 5 years. Or
Well,
more.
I left the band Key West in 2002,
Yeah.
and I knew what I wanted to do when I left the band. I wanted to do something different from the direction that band was going, and so I realized I needed to, instead of being a collective effort like Key West Band was, I needed to pretty much head up my own band, and that's what I did. That's why I left, and that was 2002. We made our first recording in we recorded a live album right out of the gate, but our first studio album was in 2004, and we've had 4 since then.
How have your players changed over the years? Are they the same players you've had in
Oh
your band?
yes. Oh,
Do you mix it up?
changes, yes. The original Hannah's Wreath that I formed in 2002 was composed of a lot of people who were in Key West Band originally in 1993. What had happened with Key West Band is over the years between 93 and 2002, members had left one by one in most cases because the direction of the band, in an effort to try to grow the fan base, was changing, and maybe some of the members weren't real happy with that. So when I reformed in 2002 a different direction, I actually went back and asked the guys who started the first band with me, would you like to be a part of this? And we'll do things more like we started out. And that was the original Hannah's Wreath.
Okay.
Same member.
So, are you guys busy? You know, are you playing? Are you back?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You know,
What's your band up to?
We're doing a lot of local and regional things as a trio now. And we stay, I mean, we probably are doing, you know, during the summer, you know, 12 to 15 gigs a month. And we did some larger gigs, maybe once or twice a month, where we're full band, 5-6 piece band. But mostly the venues that we play locally are they're set up for live music, but not for, you know, a huge production. A trio is perfect, and we also add a drum machine to that trio. I hate to hurt your feelings there, Tim.
You're not the first to tell me that, so I'm serious.
We love playing with a live drum.
Sonny Jim told me that once. He told me to put my hands over my ears when I was into it.
Yes, I'm sure. Every time I tell a drummer friend that, I almost want to lie to him, but you know, some of the venues that we play, it works out better. And
Yep.
we do love playing with a live drummer and playing bigger events, but it's just not always in the cards for you. So,
Yeah.
but even during COVID, we were very fortunate that Texas, most of the venues opened, and they closed a couple of times, but they opened back up. And we probably played, even with COVID, we probably played half a dozen to 8 gigs a month throughout COVID, and we were enough to keep us, I guess, satisfied and keep our chops up, but not as busy as we wanted to be.
I understand. So here's a question for you. I know I'm throwing a lot at you. How has the trop rock genre changed since the 1990s? I mean, you are a godfather of trop rock. You are qualified to answer this question more than some. Maybe not everyone, but more than some. And so how has the trop rock genre, in your mind, in your opinion, changed since the 1990s?
Well, the number one thing I would say is that it has become more professional. It's the recordings that you hear now are on par with anything you hear out of Nashville or Los Angeles. The quality of the production is just fabulous now compared to back then. I listened to some of the things we recorded back in the '90s, and it makes me cringe, But the songs were good, but the production and the delivery has improved dramatically. And I think the other thing, which is obvious, is that back in the early '90s, there was a couple, maybe a dozen to 15 people that I could tell you did trop rock, and now there's, who knows, 250, 300 people do consider trop rock,
Yeah.
So it's definitely grown.
I mean, I wasn't always a trop rock. I'm a rock drummer and a jazz drummer, and I came into trop rock when I joined the Island Castaways band. Of course, Joe Havla runs that. He recommended that I talk to you, actually, so I give Joe some props for this interview idea. He's like, Tim, you got to talk. You got to talk to this guy, Jerry, because he's the godfather of trop rock, and he's right. So here's my bit, and I wrote this up. As one of the earliest purveyors of the trop rock genre, affectionately known as the godfather of trop rock widely, and also a founder of Meeting of the Minds, as any true trop rocker would know. Tell me, how do you deal with all that fame and fortune?
Well, the fortune part you can forget right off the bat. It's nice to be recognized when I go to events that a lot of folks do know the history of how this whole thing got started, and very appreciative and very humbled by the fact that people really actually care about that. I'm sure there'll be a time in the distant future where nobody will even care about that anymore, but it is good to know. The Meeting of the Minds was not some calculated, brainstorm that I had. It was really just an idea that if I'd had any clue that it would have grown to what it is now, I probably would have been scared to do it. But it was literally the same as if you and a couple of buddies said, hey, why don't we have a big kegger at the frat house next weekend, and we'll give it a name, and we'll see what happens. That's basically what it was. And it went from there to what trop rock is now. So.
Wow. Do you go back at all? I mean, do you go back to Meeting of the Minds? Do you make your pilgrimage, as they say back there?
Oh, yeah. I've played every year. Every year.
All right.
Including the first one. So,
as you should. You should be on the lineup every year.
As long as I'm able to.
All right. Let's move on. But not yet. Does it ever dawn on you that you've made a huge impact upon an entire musical genre, an entire musical movement. You're one of the founding godfathers. Okay, there's not a lot of them in there, in that group, that small group of people that have made a huge impact and helped define this genre. How, I mean, do you think about that at all, or you just keep writing music and you seem like
Yeah, well, I do keep writing music and want to continue to do that. I mean, that's still have a desire to express my thoughts and, you know, let people know what I'm thinking through music. But yeah, I mean, it has, you know, slowly over the last few years dawned on me that what I really wanted to do was make the world that I lived in more tropical. You know, not just through music, but everything. You know, just travel, uh, you know, culture basically, and it actually happened. You know, so it is kind of satisfying, but it's still not to where, not to the point, to the level that I would like it to be. But now there are a lot of people pulling on the same road, a whole lot of people. So I know that it's going to get there. In the beginning, it felt like there weren't a lot of people who were of like mind, but I was actually incorrect about that. There were a lot of people all over the country and probably all over the world who felt the same way I did. I just didn't know they were out there. And once we started a little ripple in the ocean, you know, it eventually became a little bit of a wave, and hopefully it'll get bigger and bigger.
yeah, but you're one of the original waves. That's my point. I mean,
Sure. I mean,
but
yeah.
you're so humble and low key. It's unbelievable. So I did this. I told you earlier when we talked earlier. I had Roger Guth, a longtime drummer for Jimmy Buffett, on the show about a month ago, and I asked him about fishing because he's an avid fly fisherman, and so I had a group of questions that I asked him. I got some questions for you about Texas because
Okay. Sure.
I've never been to Texas, and I don't even know anybody who's been to Texas. But I did learn this about Texas. I read a story recently that a third of our country's states can fit inside the state of Texas. It's unbelievable how big the state of Texas actually is. It's a lot bigger than people think it is. And so what I did is I have a real cowboy hat. It's actually real that I'm going to put on.
Well, that's pretty funny there.
I've actually never wore it before, Jerry. It actually looks awful. I'm going to take it off.
No, it looks great on you. Come
Oh,
on.
yeah, it looks all right. I'll leave it on for my questions. I look like I'm a character in Harry Potter,
Okay.
actually, but that's all right. So here's my questions about Texas. I don't know. I'll ask like 10 of them. These are just quick fire answers. Why does everyone take football so seriously in Texas?
Man, I don't know, but I will say this: we don't take it any more seriously than Pennsylvania does, or maybe Florida or California. But yeah, we do take it pretty seriously here.
What the heck are the mums all about down there? Of course, the decorative flowering decorations that adorn the state.
Man, I tell you what, that I don't know the answer to that. I'm sorry. You have to go to the next question.
Why were Texans so distraught over the big bell, the big blue bell thing?
Oh, well, Bluebell was is like a Texas institution.
Why?
It's like Whataburger and Buc-ee's and Southwest Airlines and HEB. It's one of our icons, and whenever that company had a problem, it was like everybody in Texas was personally affected.
Okay.
But it's back on track now. I can tell you that.
It is. It's back. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is so special about a Whataburger? And what is a Whataburger?
Well, you just have to have one, Tim. Yeah, I guess you're gonna have to get down this way and have one.
All right, fine. Is y'all really a word?
Y'all?
Yeah.
It's a contraction. You all, and I think it's in the dictionary. I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay. These are good. These are quick fire questions. Is everything really bigger in Texas? Like,
No.
Why not?
Live in the car.
So everything seems smaller to you in the state of Texas, or is it just because you live there and, you know?
No, there are a lot of things in Texas that are bigger, but
All right.
not everything. I've been impressed with a lot of things I've seen in the other parts of the country.
Do people really ride horses to school in the great state of Texas?
Yes, not where I live, but yes, in West Texas they ride horses everywhere. But Texas is so big that I mean it's like 5 different states. I mean where I live is like more shrimp boats and refineries, and the image you might have is cowboy hats and horses and pickup trucks, and well, there's pickup trucks everywhere, but
That's one of
Texas
my
is
questions.
so diverse. I mean,
Well, I just spent some time in California driving around the whole state with my family, but Texas is so much bigger than California. I was astounded at the size of the state of California just driving everywhere.
yeah, it is very big.
I can't imagine driving around the whole state of Texas. So, do you guys drink anything other than sweet tea and Dr. Pepper down there? Or?
That's cute, of course.
What's your favorite drink down there in Texas?
Well, probably the same as most of your audience: a rum and Diet Coke, or a cold beer, or a tequila and Sprite, or a margarita.
All right. 2 more questions on the great state, the lone state of Texas. How long does it take to get from one side of Texas to the other?
Wow. Well, let me just tell you this. When you cross I-10 from Louisiana into Texas, which is very near where I live, there is a sign that says El Paso, 880 miles. But if you don't run into traffic, you can probably do that in like 13 hours.
Oh, God. I mean, I live in Massachusetts. I can drive. I'm in the center of Massachusetts. I can drive to Boston in an hour. I can drive to the Berkshires in an hour. So and those are 50-mile either way. That's how small Massachusetts is compared
Well,
to
Massachusetts is, compared to the other states in New England, it's pretty big, though.
Sure.
Bigger than Connecticut and
Sure it
Vermont.
That's why it is the center of the universe, of course. But
There you go.
Final question on Texas. Why are Texans so proud to be Texan?
I really can't answer that. I think it's just the most unique state in the country, and it's was basically a country of its own at one point, and agreed to join the United States. That's the best answer I can give you.
All right. So we always reserve time for our singers and songwriters on the show, and I know we're pushing time limits. Who cares? We have the Godfather of Trop-Roc on, okay? Everyone can deal with the fact that we're going over our time allotment here.
Okay.
I try to encourage live performance, guitar, singing, that sort of thing. Play a song or two. And so Jerry has graciously agreed to play a couple tunes. I don't even know what he's going to play. We don't figure that out. He's just going to go for it. I will say on the radio show this Sunday, just if people want to check it out, I also try to feature other songs by my guests that I bring in from YouTube or they send me them as MP3s. And so you definitely want to check out the show this Sunday at shoreliferadio.com at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't ask me what Central Standard Time is, Jerry, because I don't know. But you can. There'll be. What I'm trying to say, there'll be more of Jerry's music this Sunday on Shore Life Radio, other than what you're going to hear right now, because I'm going to put more on when I do the audio files. So, Jerry, what do you got for us? What are you going to play?
Well, I think I'm going to do not complete songs. Maybe do about 2/3 of a song. And do maybe more than 2 songs. So
yeah, whatever you want, man.
For some of your audience out there, maybe doesn't know. Maybe they've heard my songs and didn't know they were actually mine. So,
well, I'll tell you, I pushed out the promo for this, Jerry, to all the Parrot Head clubs around the country, and a lot of the people, and they all posted it, so they all know who you are. Just so you know. I wouldn't post it.
Here's a song that I've actually had people. It gets played by a lot of different people, And I've actually had people ask me, did you write that song, or is that something you picked up somewhere? You'll hear it at a lot of Parrothead events, and it goes something like this. Here's to you, here's to me, here's to taking life easy. Fill my glass to the top and raise it high, raise it high. We don't work out, we don't fit in. We've got some wild and crazy friends, but that's okay. Come what may, we'll get by. I don't know if you've heard that at events,
I
but
have.
it gets sung a lot.
Classic. A
Another
classic.
another one is a song that's more of a love song, but probably my favorite song to play. That's recorded on one of our albums. Touching down in Atlanta, Georgia, Dixieland looks like a long lost friend. My destination's Pensacola, back to the place where this gypsy life began. Looking back on the suntan innocence, on the beach walking hand in hand, I close my eyes and wish that I could feel that way again. There was a time when I had to spread my wings and fly out to the great beyond, just to get over you. But when I think about all the love I've been without, I can't wait to get back home. I've been such a fool. Now I wish I was back in the Florida sun, holding you and drinking rum in Pensacola. Oh, Pensacola.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Verse and the chorus of the title track related to Tiki. This one's called Rum Drinks and Sandy Beaches. I think about rum drinks, sandy beaches, somewhere tonight when the Lord can't reach. Could leave that old cell phone bed. It's been too long since we got away. Just to be late holiday. I don't care if we ever get back. Maybe find those teams away and see. Holiday. Maybe I've been thinking that way too. Here's the thing when I think you plans. The good things that take my hand. And you don't worry about my life. And I think about rum drinks and sandy beaches. That's the top track of our latest CD.
Awesome. So let me ask you, Jerry, and just a quick reminder, people that want to check out Jerry's music, check out Show Life Radio this Sunday because you're going to hear a lot more of it than you just heard there. What's next for you as a performer? What's your lineup this summer and this fall? Like, what are you doing? How's your schedule looking? Is things okay? Are things picking up for you with you either as a solo artist or with you leading your band?
Sure. Things, we've got a lot of things that we do every year, annual events that a lot of them we create ourselves. They're all on track and doing, have great response. Even last year, we had some things we were able to do. But we present the annual event Party Grow in New Orleans. And we're going back to New Orleans this January. This year we had to move it because New Orleans was shut down. We moved it to Galveston, and the reaction to having it in Galveston was so great that people said you should start a second event in Galveston. So that's what we're going to do. We're actually moving our Gulf Coast Days event to Galveston next May. We're having Party Gras in January. And we've also got some great trips coming up. I'm doing Windstar Cruise with Donnie Brewer next March. This will be our 6th year to do that. We didn't do it last year, of course, because of COVID, but other than that, we've done it consecutively for 6 years. I'm doing a cruise with Brett Burns this September to Greece. It's a land and sea trip.
Did you say to Greece?
To Greece, yes. I've always wanted to go there. And Brett has to. So we're going to be doing that in September. People can still sign up for that information. It's at my website, at Brett's website, and so forth. But we do an annual trip to Playa del Carmen, Mexico. We just got back from less than 2 weeks ago. That this grows every year. And just a lot of annual events that we do. We have at least one event that we present ourselves every month. From a full moon beach party down in Galveston to Mardi Gras to, just different things that we do in addition to playing at venues around town. So,
sure. Do you have any new releases, new music in the future, new albums, new singles?
I think we'll be ready to release one next year.
Okay.
Although, I'm starting to rethink the whole model that a lot of people are starting to tell me that releasing a song at a time has kind of become the way to do it. And I've got two that are recorded right now that everybody loves. And, well, I mean, that sound arrogant about that, but a lot of people have said they really love these 2 songs, that we should release them as soon as we can.
Well, I mean, hold on. That's not arrogant because first, you haven't released it yet, and yet you're humble enough to ask for feedback from your fans or your friends or whoever you ask for feedback from to improve the song. So that's not arrogant. That's actually smart.
Well, I appreciate that, and I think that we may start doing that because apparently that's what a lot of younger artists do is release one song at a time, and then when there's 5 or 6 songs released, and just go ahead and release a whole album of 10 songs, maybe 4 that didn't get played as a single. But I think we might do that starting later this year, this calendar year. And while we're doing that, finish up writing the rest of the songs for the album.
Sure. So your approach is to release the singles and then maybe group those singles together into an album release. Yeah, type of thing. All right. Well, I always ask this question. You've been a great interview, and we'd love to have you back on, Jerry. I know this was spur of the moment. We put this together at the last moment. I really appreciate the time because I know this is a very busy day for you as well. I know that you do a lot of work with your own band and with other younger musicians. You really are just through my reading, a proponent of helping younger musicians come up in the industry and help them along their way. And I'm not going to ask you about how you helped some musicians along the way. The question I have is, what advice do you have for those younger musicians out there, the guys and girls that just graduated from college, didn't go to college, hit the road? Some of them are duets. Some of them are married. Some of them are trying to write songs for major artists, whatever their approach is. What can you tell them coming out of post-COVID that's going to inspire them to stick with it?
I think I would say that if you pursue this because you love doing it, and you would do it even if you didn't make money at it, that's probably the best approach. Keeping that in mind, do everything you can to maximize, your earnings, but don't make it the sole focus of what you do. Write and play music because it fulfills you. It's what you really want to do, and it's really, really what you want to do, you'll find out, you'll figure out a way to make money at it. If you are getting into it just because you think you're going to be the next Jimmy Buffett or Zach Brown or Kenny Chesney, then you're probably not going to be. You're probably going to be one of hundreds of people that I've met who thought music business was a great way to become rich and famous, which is a terrible way to become rich and famous. Inventing something is probably easier than that. But yeah, do it because you love doing it, and it won't be a chore. And if you have to at some point, continue to do it because you love it. And if you have to, take another job to support yourself. But don't do it for the wrong reasons.
So, when's the last time you gave that piece of advice to a person live, like at a gig? Somebody comes up and asks for an autograph. When was the last time you had the? It's such a privilege to do that live with any young kid that comes up. I don't have that opportunity a lot as a drummer, but the front men and women in bands have that opportunity a lot more. Tell me about one experience where someone came up and it was really from the heart asking you about, how can I make it in this industry?
It's not necessarily somebody who comes up to me at a show, but maybe somebody that I play at a show with, like an event, or somebody else who's also already in the Trop-Roc genre performing. And I've had many of them ask me advice, basically. And I try to be as honest as I can with it, also as helpful as I can with it. Because I really, I guess, more than most people, because I was there at the beginning, that I see everybody who comes after me as kind of an extension. The same way you would, in a family situation, see how you would like for your kids and your grandkids to do well in life. I kind of see that same. I kind of look at the performers who are younger than me the same way. I really want them to grow the genre. And I sincerely want them to be successful. Because I really think this genre has something to offer to a lot of people that maybe not know about.
Well said, and it really is like us having the mindset of us 25, 30, 40 years ago when we were just starting out in the industry and we were wondering how we can make our way with our music. It's tough to remember back to that time when we were all younger people and we were asking the same questions, or wondering, I guess, the same questions about how we're going to make it in the industry. What are the pathways for us? How do we find success? Is my dream or too grandiose, too far-fetched, that sort of thing. And so older musicians that have the opportunity to advise younger people, I work with kids all the time, it's so important to our future, and I'm glad you're a part of that and you get it. You definitely do, Jerry.
Well, thank you very much.
I'm glad to have you on the show. A couple quick promotions. Of course, the show will reappear on Shore Life Radio at shoreliferadio.com this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have a couple extra songs of Jerry's on to check out at that point. And, of course, that's the audio version because it's a radio show. I will tell you, upcoming shows on Tiki Tim, we are still pursuing the elusive Ronnie Brewer, who wants to be on the show, but he's just so darn busy. But now his wife's involved, and so I'm feeling better that we're going to get a
It'll happen, Tim, I promise.
He promised. I believe him. Jimmy and the Parrots is coming on. Okay, we got a bunch of guys. I'm still working on Howard Livingston, man. Is he tough? But I'm really committed to getting him on somehow, some way. I don't know how.
Fantastic.
I'm looking for insider tips, people that know him that maybe could be a reference. And finally, two things on my own band, the Island Castaways Band. We got 3 gigs this week at Agawam, Mass. Town Common. We are playing Hampton Beach, car show, a classic car show. Actually, I'm looking forward to that in Hampton Beach, New Hampshire, Thursday this week, and then Saturday we're playing Gillette Stadium, of course, for my beloved New England Patriots. Who's your football team down there, Jerry?
Dallas Cowboys.
Of course.
Even though I'm closer to Houston, I've always been a Cowboys fan since I was a kid.
Of course.
But what do the Patriots have going on this time of year?
Training camp.
Oh, okay.
It's training camp time, and so people flock because the way Bob Kraft set up that stadium, it's like a giant mall and restaurants and retail shops all around the stadium. It's massive.
So y'all get to play there at the stadium? That's fantastic.
Yeah, we're playing there on Saturday. So we got some good gigs this week. And finally, I will say, because no one will care, that even as I'm a drummer, I have a new album coming out called, what the hell am I calling it? Lovin' the Sunset Dunes.
Okay.
And to buck the trend of singles, I'm releasing a 10-song Trop-Roc album in August. It's coming out. Everyone's going to hate it. I don't care. And so look, you may like a couple tunes, but we'll wait for the surprise to come. Jerry, it's been great to have you on. Check us out.
Thank you for having me, Tim.
Be well down there in the Lone Star State.
Thank you very much.
Bye now.
Bye now.